Okay, sorry about that. We had an interruption. We're going to continue now. Right here it said, you said it may be due to population and humans taking over. Do you want to take a second look at this word right here? You said population.
Pollution?
Let's look at it.
Pollution.
Pollution. So you said population.
Yeah.
What's the difference in the two?
Population actually has two P's, and this one only has one.
Right.
So I'm guessing, I thought that one of the L's, or in between the L's, there might have been another P.
Okay. So let's also talk about a meaning difference.
A meaning?
Like
what
pollution would be like something in the air. Population, what does that one mean?
Like if someone's popular or something?
Not if something's popular. Think about if a town has a population, that's how many people live there. So it's an amount of people.
Oh.
Okay.
There's two kinds of population.
So I want you to think about that when we read it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to read it again. I've highlighted the two miscues that you had.
And 1 minute again?
We're going to do 1 minute again. And we're going to see if you correct those miscues and how far you get. Okay? So just whenever you're ready, I'll start.
Okay. What are those twinkling lights? Okay. What are those twinkling bright little lights zigzagging around on a summer night? Fireflies. These bright buds are also known as lightning bugs and glowworms. Two chemicals in a firefly's tail make it glow. Fireflies show light mostly to attract a mate. They also talk to each other with their light patterns. Scientists call their light cold light. Since their light does not create heat, scientists are not sure why there are fewer fireflies or lightning bugs than years ago. Then it may be due to pollution.
So that time we had a couple other spots, but I think you slowed down that time, which is important because sometimes we get to reading so fast that we just kind of run through things. And you slowed down that time, which was important. So
I was worried I wasn't going to make it to my spot, but I actually wasn't.
But that's not what our goal is. That's not what's important.
The goal is to get these two right.
Right.
Again.
Right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of mark here. The first time we got 105. And the second time so with my marker here, or what you can do here is you're just going to take and just kind of draw up like this to your line here, to your top line there. So fill in your graph to this line right here. You don't have to color it in perfectly. Just kind of make some, you can even just make like zigzag lines. Okay, now we're going to go to your second line.
That one wasn't as good as the other.
That's okay. Okay, we're going to come back to this in just a second. We're going to go back to these lines.
Yay!
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Get them in a different order. Are you ready?
Improper, inflexible, unexpected, evacuate, eruption, preparation, inspector, reversible, and subdivision.
Very nice.
On one of those cards, I have in my head to put the shunt on.
Yes.
But I don't because it's just on evacuate, I want to put I want to say evacuation.
Yes.
But
Okay.
that's not what the card says.
One more time.
On this whole thing?
Yep. I'm going to stop you at a minute. Let me get my timer going. Okay, whenever you're ready.
What are those twinkling bright lights zigzagging around on a summer night? Fireflies. These bright bugs are also known as lightning bugs and glowworms. Two chemicals in a firefly's tail make it glow. Fireflies show light mostly to attract a mate. They also talk to each other with their patterns. Scientists call their light cold light. Since their light does not create heat, scientists are not sure why there are fewer fireflies or lightning bugs than years ago. It may be due to pollution and humans taking over their habitat. Fireflies are not tasty prey. When attacked, they shed drops of blood with chemicals that taste bitter. This blood is also poisonous to some animals.
Good. So we're going to call that one about right here. Was that time easier to read, harder to read, the same to read? What do you think?
It was a little easier because I had already read it twice, and then I also had the words that I messed up on the first time in my head, so I knew what they were.
Very good.
And then I also noticed that I ran into chemical down here too.
Yeah, that word was stuck in your head from messing it up.
Yeah.
Yep. It is okay. We learn from our miscues. Okay, talk to me about your graph there. Talk to me about what your fluency progress here, because that's what we were working on, was your fluency, your words per minute. So this time, we'll write them up here. This time we got 105. And then we dipped down a little bit, and that's okay. That's okay. And then went way back up. So talk to me about your fluency progress here.
Like, what do you mean by fluency?
So you went up, and then you went down, and then you came back up. So why do you think you went down and back up?
So on this one, on the passage, I kind of wanted to get as much done as I could in that 1 minute, so I really didn't pay attention to those words
Is that the point, though, when we read to try to get as much?
And then
It is?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You still have to read the words correctly, right? Yes.
And then on the second time, I was struggling because I had to go back on sentences, and then I also slowed down, and then I was mostly focused on those two words.
Very good.
And then on the third time, I had every single word stuck in my head that I basically knew it. And then I did it. Can I go get a drink?
So we have one more part that we're going to do. We have this book called The Black Stones, and it is a multi-level book, so I'm a little bit hesitant to use this one, but it is kind of the next step along as we're going along in some of the books that we're using. I'm going to give her about 5 minutes to read and see where we get there, and then we're going to talk about what we did, and we're going to look at some questions. I don't expect the whole book to be read in 5 minutes, but the whole book is about 40 pages long, and that's a little bit longer than what I want to tackle right now. So I am going to go ahead and pause our video and give her time to read silently.